Hi, my name is Derek Revis, and for this debate I will be arguing why I believe environmental considerations must take precedent over economic developmental considerations. My main argument will be centered on the role of climate change and its effects on developing countries. Being a geography major, I want to provide an in-depth analysis. As seen in the videos provided by Professor Ripley, in Module 6, Bangladesh, lying on the northern littoral of the Bay of Bengal, is a prime example of the disastrous effects inflicted due to our changing climate. Coastal areas are extremely vulnerable to tidal flooding caused by sea level rise. Bangladesh has a high population density, and 80% of its land mass being classified as floodplain. Two-thirds of Bangladesh is less than 5 meters above sea level, while 28% of the population of Bangladesh lives on the coast. Biodiversity is also threatened due to climate change in Bangladesh, as well as other places, because the native seeds have had to be replaced by hybrids. These hybrid crops cause environmental problems, such as crowding native plants and the wildlife that rely upon them. It's also costly for the farmer because they have to buy new seeds every year because they cannot be saved to plant the following year's crops. This region of the world is also prone to catastrophic damage caused by cyclones and its accompanying storm surge, which due to climate change are growing in intensity and frequency. According to research conducted through model projections by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, tropical cyclone intensities will likely increase globally. On average, this increase will be 1 to 10%, factoring a 2 degrees Celsius warming. This change also implies an even larger percentage increase in the destructive potential per storm, assuming no reduction in storm size. Tropical cyclone rainfall rates will also likely increase due to anthropogenic warming and the accompanying increase in atmospheric moisture content. Modeling studies on average project an increase of 10 to 15%, while rainfall rates averaged within about 100 kilometers of the storm. Climate change also leads to desertification of fertile fields. Desertification is caused by the absence of vegetation on land, meaning there is no moisture in the soil to evaporate, cause rainfall. This allows the climate to get hotter and drier, leading to drought and therefore desertification. Desertification leads to floods in heavy rainfall regions, land, water, and air pollution. Also, due to desertification, the soil becomes unsuitable for agriculture, resulting in the loss of crops, costing farmers millions of dollars, and also the loss of food production. This could lead to humans as well as animals to suffer from starvation. Displacement and disruption of families and societies has also been a problem that has resulted from climate change. In Bangladesh, this has occurred due to the rising sea levels near the Bay of Bengal. The introduction of renewable sources such as hydropower have also had adverse effects, even though they sound great and promising for the future. The placement of dams along rivers has had many negative implications to the ecosystem that it surrounds. Forests and fish have been impacted due to the dams, affecting the lumber and fishing industry's economies. This has also displaced and disrupted society because many have been forced off of the land in which they resided. Such instance occurred in China's Three Gorges Dam project. Air pollution resulting from the release of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere has led to many health-related concerns. An example of this is China, where decades of uncontrolled economic development and industrialization has led to serious chronic air and water pollution. Although China has taken measures to reduce air pollution, there has been a side effect that many did not expect, according to an article by Science Alert. Since 2013, China has reduced concentrations of the harmful PM 2.5 particle matter in eastern China by almost 40%. However, the side effect of this is that ozone has actually increased. Ozone is much needed for the upper atmosphere, however. At the ground level, it's a chemical, being a potent respiratory hazard. PM 2.5 acts as a sponge, absorbing hydroperoxy radicals, which promote ozone production. To combat this ozone at the ground level, China believes they need to reduce volatile organic compounds, often referred to as VOx, and oxides of nitrogen, or NOx. Both are emitted by the burning of fossil fuels. All of these problems, as a result of climate change and industrialization, have led to poverty in many instances, meaning there is often a link between poverty and environmental damages. Also, unchecked population growth has become a problem around the world, and specifically sub-Saharan Africa, because it puts pressure on already limited resources. If we limit population growth, this will in turn create a higher standard of living while preserving the environment. Climate change often has a greater effect on developing countries. As sea levels rise, deserts advance, and natural disaster becomes more common. It's important to keep in mind that climate change affects the whole planet, not just developed countries. It is for this reason that the West needs to help implement greener technologies such as renewables to developing countries, while also assisting aid efforts towards environmental protection and sustainability. It is our responsibility to preserve the earth for our children and the generations after. It is the decisions we make now that will decide the fate of our future planet. The effects of climate change and the problems it has caused for our planet are the reason I believe environmental considerations must take precedent over economic developmental considerations. Thank you.